Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails in the Sky, the third, part 30. Right? It is part 30, right? I hope it is, because I put all that inflection on the 30 like it was a big deal, and I'd feel pretty stupid if it's only part 29. In the last video, we made good progress through the fourth plane. We got up to, well, we finished the Ball Star Channel, or I guess finished the Ball Star Channel. I don't know. We fought the boss of the Ball Star Channel, who was Anelace, and we obtained a Sealing Stone, which we can assume contains Anelace. AKA a character I'm never going to use unless you make me, because I think she is bad. So let's see. I mean, I guess it's got to be Anelace. And I mean, I guess she could fit the bill for that door we found too. Oh, is that going to open up the next area of Anelace? Ah, the forest. I mean, it could be a bait and switch, maybe. They're all surprised. Huh? Is she sleeping? Oh, no, it's her. Well, that's Anelace, alright. Cuteness is justice. Fortune favors the cute. Keep your friends close and your plushies closer. Smart words from smart people. I don't think anyone else in history has ever said any of those things, especially that last bit. She seems so happy, though. Yeah, I'm not sure I can bring myself to wake her up. Well, we can just leave her behind. In that case, I have a plan of my own. I shall sleep alongside her, and together we shall reach the pearled gates of Elysium and cross into the paradise within. If you're up for a nap, that can be arranged. I have a few tricks that can knock you out in no time. I'm sorry, please don't hurt me. Hey, you tried. Seems she's finally woken up. Huh? It's good to see you again, Anelace. Good morning? Have a nice dream, sure sounded like you were. You're in the space realm now, baby. Tita, Joshua, and Chloe are gonna be the pride of my collection. But Julie and that girl over there are pretty cute too. Huh? What are you talking about? But Zen's like a big fluffy bear. He's actually kinda nice. And Kevin's hair kinda reminds me of a sea urchin, and that's not so bad either. I don't know who brought me all these new plushies, but they're the best. She thinks they're all life-size stuffed toys. Man, how drowsy do you have to be? And so Rias is still that mad, huh? Like she's not even gonna show up and meet the new people? Well, I guess she doesn't have any connection to any of these people like everyone else does. Oh, there was me thinking I'd gotten a bunch of amazing new plushies to add to my collection. Way to crush a girl's dreams, guys. Well, sorry for being a human being. I can't believe that's your first reaction to everything you've been told. Sorry, anyway, I'll hop into serious mode now. I'm still having a heck of a time processing the situation, but I do know that you're not lying. Besides, the proof that this is all real is right in front of my eyes. Only the real Tita can be that irresistibly cute. Well, just as long as you get it. So, what are you going to do? Would you be up for helping us investigate? Put me in, coach. I wouldn't be much of a bracer if I wasn't willing to do anything in the face of a crisis like this. Especially if it's true something happened to Anelace. There might be other bracers there who ended up in the same situation as me, and no way I'm turning my back on them. That's certainly a possibility. Other bracers? Really? That's a good point. We know quite a few of them, too. Yeah, we know the whole dang guild, all half dozen of them. Well, we've overcome one ordeal, but that still means we have two left on our plates. And you know the drill. Now that means that we've done the first, we go back to the fourth plane and see what's changed. Right. Let the fun begin anew. No. You can stay at base. Dude, our party right now is freaking killer, dude. I mean, Zen is weird, right? Like, when he can taunt stuff, he is unbelievably amazing. And, like, fights like that last one, he was kind of there. I don't know. Like, Zen could be replaced. I don't really know with who, though. I mean, honestly, like, you know, when we get Estelle, maybe. I mean, we could put Chloe in, but without the extra art stuff to buff her up, I just don't feel like she'll be quite good enough. Because, you know, Estelle's great because she could fit that mixed role, kind of like Joshua can, where Joshua can do magic damage and physical, like, semi-decently well. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if we get Agate, Agate would also be a prime contender. I would definitely yeet Zen for Agate. What are we doing? I guess I'm looking for characters to talk to. Hey, you. Do you know she's really mad, right? I don't know what you did to make her that way, but you better think about apologizing. I would if she'd even give me the chance. Huh, really? That doesn't match up with what I've heard, though. Weren't you so worried about them that you collapsed after finding out he was okay not that long ago? Please, I did no such thing. Are you sure about that? It didn't take Anelace long to get a handle on her personality. Say, Rias, cheer up, okay? I can't pretend to know exactly what you're angry about, but I'm sure Kevin really cares about you, even if he doesn't always show it. Yeah, Kevin. I guess we'll go check out the ingredient tree. Anybody over here? It's clear from everything you've said and done that so far our foes have thoroughly researched all of us, and yet recreating a place from outside the library was certainly not something I expected them to do. Just who is the Lord of Phantasma anyway? I certainly wasn't expecting Anelace to have been drawn in here too. We should keep up with our investigation as quickly as we can. If you need anything from me, let me know. I'm always happy to lend a hand. Well, maybe. I mean, Chloe, you're great and all, but your abilities kind of suck. And, I don't know, Oliver's just better than you, unfortunately. Oliver, I need to talk to you later. Oh my, oh my, oh my, whatever for? Have you finally decided you cannot contain your burning passion for me locked within that rugged heart of yours a moment longer? No, idiot, I just need to check up on how you're doing. As well as how you were doing before we were drawn in here. Don't go getting too carried away, Oliver. I mean, we could add Muller to the party, but I feel like his abilities are worse than Zen's, so... And they fulfill the same role of just being tanky. And honestly, Zen, like, since he can buff his strength, Zen is actually a better physical attacker than most characters. So... And since the buff lasts incredibly long. I mean, it lasted that entire boss fight, basically, and we buffed ourselves almost instantly. What do I want to do? Oh, yeah, I guess we should check and see if that door is for Anelace. I mean, I could see it being for Anelace. Let's try it. Well, let's save first. Let's move over to another page. The girl who entrusts her feelings to her blade. Only then shall the door open. Open the door, it is Anelace. And Anelace's side story is kind of interesting, because she's one of the less developed characters. Some chance for some character growth and more information on her sounds kind of fun. I shall grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. And it's a star door, so hopefully, you know, it shouldn't last 2 hours like Close did. Okay, so we're in Bose. Ooh, the Bose theme is good too. Interesting. Wow, that's a surprise. Anelace. Oh, Lugren. Is something the matter? What in the hell is that bottle back there? It looks like it's got like a very menacing face on it. Is something the matter? It's not like you to walk right up to the second floor without even looking at the board and sit down quietly like this. You're not feeling sick from eating too much ice cream or something, are you? Don't be silly. I'm not a kid anymore, you know? Could have fooled me. I swear that you were the one who ate 3 full scoops first thing one morning and later had to get a stomach medicine from Spence. Maybe my memory's playing tricks on me? Well, let's all pretend that never happened, okay? Besides, that was back when I was a junior bracer. That was forever ago. I learned my lesson after that, I swear. Now I never have more than one scoop each morning. That's a lot. You're not supposed to have ice cream in the morning at all, you know? Well, no matter. Well, at least you got the whole day to burn off the calories, you know? I mean, if you're gonna eat ice cream, may as well eat it first thing in the morning. I'm not a nutritionist. Do not take anything I say as facts. So, what have you been doing up here all this time anyway? Oh, right. Well, you see, I got a letter from my pappy who lives a long way away this morning. Really now? He's a swordsman, if I recall, isn't he? Yep, he's an instructor. He's real famous among sword practitioners, actually. Yoon Cafe of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade School. Ah, yeah, that's the one. I was familiar with that name even before meeting you, but I was quite surprised to find out you were his granddaughter. Did he used to live here in Liberal? I'm surprised you know about that. I can't say I have any memories of when he was here, though. It was around when I was born, so how could I? That long, I see. So how's he doing? Well, judging by his letter, yeah, he's doing fine. I haven't had the chance to meet him in person for about a year now. Last time we had the chance to spar, I felt like he was totally babying me, even though he's like 70. Well, this is anime world, okay? Children and decrepit old people are the most powerful beings in existence. He really must be skilled to be treating an active bracer that way. What's up with that sudden serious face? Oh, it's nothing at all that major, but I've been wondering something for a while. Why do you stay here when you could join him? Sorry, I'm lost. Well, it's just that you're aiming to improve your swordsmanship, aren't you? Feels like if you have a grandfather like that, the fastest way to do that would be to go with him and polish your skills at his side. That's, well, I suppose it's not my place to be telling you what may or may not be best for you. Sorry, Anelace, you needn't pay any attention to an old man like me. That's not true at all. I really appreciate your advice, so please don't think it's not your place to give it. I can definitely see where you're coming from on this. I do have my reasons for being here and all, they're just a little difficult to explain. Oh? I mean, I do want to learn more about swordsmanship and swords in general, so in that sense, you're right that continue to train under Pappy would be good for both the best and fastest course of action. But that's not at all what I want to do with my life. I want to at least as much, if not more, to know more about what it means to be a bracer. I want to learn how to read sentences and not stumble over my words. Unfortunately, as you can tell, I'm not doing a good job. I guess it's a case of wanting to learn more about swordsmanship as a bracer rather than as a swordsman, if that makes sense. Am I even doing a good job of explaining this? I mean, I get it. No, I think I see where you're coming from now, actually. Besides, Pappy once told me that he taught me all the technical side of the swordsmanship, forms, crafts, and that kind of stuff already. Whether I can master them or not is down to me now. So in that sense, I feel like there's no specific need for me to train under him nowadays. Of course, whether I'm really advancing in swordsmanship now is another issue entirely. I wish I could say I was for sure, but... I see. What's with the silent treatment all of a sudden? Oh, it's nothing. You're just not really one for these kinds of serious discussions, so I was impressed to see you were even capable of them. Hey, I am so capable. Besides, you were the one who kind of pushed me into talking about all this stuff first. I'm glad I did too. Anyway, getting back to the point, what did the letter even say anyway? Alright. Well, as surprising as it is, it says that I should go and see Cassius Bright. That's interesting. Cassius? The one and only? Yep, that's right. Supposedly Pappy was invited by the Royal Army to be a guest instructor at some point a long time ago. That's when he trained Cassius too. Oh wow. So ever since they've had this kind of student-master relationship with one another. Cassius even went out of his way to go and see him 10 years ago when he decided to stop using a sword too. "10 years ago? That would put it right around when he left the army and became a bracer then. What exactly prompted him to tell you to go visit Cassius now though? Well, I guess he only just recently found out that Cassius had returned to the army, so now he's wondering whether he might take this opportunity to take up the sword again. I gotcha. He wants you to go and ask for him, and let him know what he says, yeah. I see. People really do end up connected in the strangest places and funniest ways. Tell me about it. Anyway, that being said, I kinda have a favor to ask. You want time off, I assume? Well, who am I to say no? You got good cause to have it. I can even get in touch with the army and set up a meeting with Cassius if you want. Really? Really, go along and get that treat your grandfather wants for him. But in return, I want you to take care of every single one of the monster extermination requests on the board first. Every single one? Aren't there like 5 of them right now? Sure, but the monsters in this area will be no trouble at all for you as you are now. Maybe less of a problem with Grant were around, but I had to lend him to the guild over in Wuhan and he's still not back because there's like fucking 8 braziers in the entire country. You're gonna have to pick up the slack here in this place, especially if you want time off. Okay. Three days later. Whew, I'm finally here. Right on time, too. Okay, let's go bug Cassius. Well, knowing Cassius, you've got about 27 seconds to finish your conversation before he has to go do something else important. Well, I'm Anelace Alfred, Bracer with the Guild. I've come to meet with Brigadier General Bright. I see. I believe we've been expecting you. I'll pass on that you have arrived then. You might have to wait a little while before you can meet with the General, though, I'm afraid. But I'm right on time. Did something throw a schedule off? Something must have. I can't pretend to know much more than you do. But the General is a very busy man, so it's not at all unusual for these things like this to happen. Anyway, like I said, I'll pass on that you've arrived, but I'm gonna have to ask you to wait out here for a while. Sure, no problem. 4 days later. This is taking ages. Hope the meeting isn't going to end up getting canceled or something. I really don't want to have to come to all this way for nothing. And I suppose if I can't meet with Cassius, I could at least go shopping in Gransel. They should probably be getting the new lineup of stuffed toys around now. I wonder which one I should get. Maybe the bear or a crocodile one once in a while would be nice. Excuse me, young lady. The General can meet with you now. Really? Good day, sir. Thank you. You must be Anelace, I presume? Yeah, I am. Welcome to Layston Fortress. The General is waiting. Please follow me. Thank goodness. I seriously thought I was going to have to go home without even getting to see him. I'm terribly sorry for the wait. Well, please follow me. You got it, sir. Oh, that's Cassius, alright. I've brought your visitor, sir. Very good. You may return to your duties. Thank you, sir. Did you just thank him for the privilege of going back to work? I'm really sorry about the delay there, Anelace. Oh, don't be. I'm more thankful you took the time out of your busy schedule to speak with me at all. This is the least I can do for someone from my old line of work. It's been a while since we last met, though, hasn't it? You've become a seasoned veteran before I knew it. Well, let's not get too overzealous. Well, I'd certainly like to think I have. I can't have a still soar ahead of me while she's abroad, can I? This is just what rivals do. So they do. Anelace, you have been left in the dirt, girl. I'm sorry. I'll be looking forward to seeing just how much stronger the two of you can become. You won't be disappointed. Getting to the point, I was pleased to hear that old Master Kai Fei is still in good health. I believe it was because of him that you came here today. Yeah, that's right. I didn't realize you were an acquaintance of his before this. I certainly am. In short, he's the man who taught me the way of the sword. That was over 20 years ago by this point. The first time we met was when I was back in the military academy, so I studied it under him. I still remember the harsh training sessions he gave me here at Layston like they were yesterday. Really? Is there any special reason you didn't say you knew him before? You knew I was his granddaughter, didn't you? I did. By the time I first met you, I'd long given up the path of the sword. It didn't feel appropriate in my eyes to act as if I was his student in light of that. Gotcha. I haven't seen him in about 10 years, I think. He does write to me on occasion, but how is he these days? Is he still that same old vim and vigor? Yep, he doesn't really act his age at all. Still, if you let me get straight to the point. The reason I came here is to continue the discussion you had with you 10 years ago. Oh? To tell you the truth, Pappy still laments the fact that you left the path of the sword. That's why he wrote to me when he heard you returned to the army. He wondered whether you returning to the military may mean you were also ready to pick up a sword again. So this is it. He'd like to know directly from you how you feel. I see. Well, the answer's no. Well, it's a great honor that after so many years, he still cares so much about an inexperienced and utterly lacking swordsman like me. And yet I'm afraid my answer is still that I have no intention of taking up a blade again. Can I ask you why? You certainly can, but I'm not sure how to put my answer. This has been on my mind too. I've always wondered what would prompt someone so skilled with the sword that they even gained the title of Divine Blade to leave it all behind. And I don't mean to make light of your skill with your staff or say that it's inferior, nothing like that. It's just hard to wrap my head around why you did what you did, and there's a little part of me that can't accept it either. Especially now that you've returned to the army. Why can't you return to being a swordsman? Unless you believe that the staff is stronger than the sword after all? No, not at all. I just believe that a staff to be a more fitting weapon for me as I am now. Staffs are a symbol of protection, which are used more for keeping enemies at bay than cleaving through them. You say that as if all swords are good for is cutting and killing. That's not true. I fight because I want to protect things that, just like you. As a swordsman, as a bracer, and as myself, are you telling me that swordsmanship Pappy taught me isn't going to let me do that? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ask you I didn't ask for your time out of your day so I could come and shout at you. But I can't accept what you're saying. Up until all of what happened here in Liberal, I'd never felt any doubts that swordsmanship was the right path for me. In the end, all of what happened just served to remind me of how powerless I really am. See, what y'all really need to do is pick up magic, because that's where the real strength in Trails of the Sky is. Oliver could kick all of your asses. And now I feel no matter how hard I'll try, I'll always be a rookie. I'll never be strong enough to do what I want. Now I see. Perhaps this is fate. I see Master Kai-Fei hasn't changed one bit. He's the same firecracker he always was. What do you mean? I'm afraid as I am now, I'm not able to answer the questions you're asking me, but I know someone else who can. What's he planning to do out here? I really want to know who he called, too. Ah, there you are. You all ready to begin? Indeed I am. I never expect to have to wear this uniform again, though, especially not so soon. I almost think you enjoy messing with people. I'm not doing it to bully you. You know as well as I do that your usual work clothes aren't suited for this kind of thing. Ah, it is Richard. Wait, you're Colonel Richard! I was kind of thinking that. Because, I mean, like, who else could be here? I mean, the only other, like, swords person we really know that's associated with Cassius is Sid. But Richard kind of, I guess, makes sense. I mean, he learned under Cassius. And whatnot. I realize this may sound a little silly coming from a man wearing this uniform, but I'm no longer a colonel, young lady. Sorry. So, Mr. Richard then, or Alan? You can call me whatever you wish, though no need for Mr. Meanwhile, I believe you are Anelace, a senior bracer with the guild. You know me? I'm not the former commander of the intelligence division for nothing. I know all about the bracers in this country. All 6 of them. I see. But how did you end up being here? Actually, Richard was who I was meeting just before I spoke with you. Really? In short, I've decided to start up a new research company as a civilian, so while I may not be part of the army anymore, I can definitely see myself continuing to need to work with it in the future. So I decided to come here in order to discuss the matter with Cassius in hopes of maintaining a good relationship between us in the future. So is he like also kind of abandoning the blade, so to speak? Oh, I get it now. Wait, is the person you mentioned earlier? That's right, I want the two of you to fight one another. Well, wait a second, this is all a bit sudden, isn't it? Especially if I'm going to be fighting the famous Colonel Richard. Is that so? You don't want to know the answer to the questions you asked me earlier then. I mean, Richard's not that strong, right? I mean, he's like level 40. In theory. Based on Trails 1. I believe any doubts you have towards swordsmanship can only be dispelled through using it. Focus not on whether you want to win or lose, but on pouring all of you have into the battle, and you should find the answers you seek. Alright then. I'm not sure I'll make much of an opponent, but I'll do what I can. Don't actually make me fight. Anelace has no equipment. It's not every day one has the chance to test their skills against a relative of the 8-Leaf School's founder. I'm eager to see what you can do. Begin! Oh no. Don't actually make me fight. Ah, frick! She's got max CP at least. What all do you know? You got Lost Mobius. You can only cast that once. I mean, you gotta go for the clock down. He's coming. Oh lord, he is in fact coming. He's gonna one-shot me. Okay, he's not gonna one-shotting us. I think we're dead though. He's gonna kill me. He might just. We got items. They give CP. That gives a very minor heal. You can cast this in time. Okay. How much HP does he have? He's only got. I mean, 15,000 is a lot. Not gonna lie. You definitely want to go for strength. I don't know if we can lower our defense here. Let's see how much damage does she do. I mean, you gotta go for the AT delay. She does 300 damage. Okay. That's not good. There's many things in the world that are good. That's not one of them. I mean, you're fast. He's slow. I mean, you got to. You don't do any damage. Then you heal. I don't think it's possible to win this. Let's try your big attack. You do a little bit of damage. Not really enough, but you do some. What do your items do? CP, speed, and movement? I don't know if speed buffs stack. I mean, this fight is definitely winnable. I don't know if we can win it, though. It's definitely a little hard. Okay, AT delay is like doing damage now. Just keep juggling him. You got him in the Tekken combo now, boys. But now you're not doing any damage because your strength has been debuffed, and you don't got no heals. If you do this, I think you die. You lived. Now, define live. Yo, here's the play. You do this. You get your CP. You ult. And you at least get him almost dead. Yeah, I mean, that fight is definitely winnable. I'm assuming it's not going to punish us for losing. I think it's going to be kind of like the Muller fight in Julia's thing. Now you're still alive. Yeah, I mean, we were pretty close. Oh, maybe we could run away. Like, maybe if you run. No, you have no movement. I mean, I gotta at least try it. Maybe we'll live with what... I don't know. Maybe we'll do something stupid. Yeah. We got very close. That is highly winnable. Should have known I'd stand no chance. I'm amazed with just how well you did fight, though. Alright, the victor is decided. Sheath your blades. Oh, I'm kind of frustrated because we were so close. We could definitely have won that. How does swordsmanship appear to you? Well, He fights using the 8-Leaf School's 5th form, Morning Moon. He's made a few changes to the standard form, but it's largely a style based around sword drawing techniques. Well, okay, I noticed a bit more than that, than just technical details like that. What did you notice? One thing I realized while fighting him? Richard swings his sword as if perfectly synchronized to my breathing. The second I go on the offensive, he reacts without fail. And that's unless we were fucking Tekken juggling his ass and he couldn't do shit. In that sense, it feels like his swordsmanship is much more defensive than offensive, I suppose. That defensive stance matches perfectly with the form he uses in combat, and the result is very natural, very powerful swordsmanship. Uh-huh. What I can't work out is why you're so focused on fighting defensively to begin with. I mean, I assume it's because you want to protect something, but what? Anelace? Yeah? I wield a sword, but for one single reason. That reason is to protect this country. Oh. Everyone has at least something that they wish to protect in this world. Perhaps that is a person such as their family or loved ones. Perhaps it is a belief or ideology that they hold dear. And just as those things we seek to protect are different, so too are the ways we choose to do it. In my case, the way I chose to protect what I care about just happens to perfectly suit the defensive swordsmanship you noticed. Although I can only imagine how comical it must sound to hear a criminal who threatened this nation talk about wanting to protect it. Well, not really. Richard, please don't say anything, General. Her Majesty may have chosen to pardon me for what I did, but that doesn't make those crimes simply disappear. Still, just as your desire to protect Libel remained even after leaving the army, I can't completely turn my back on mine. It was so that I could do so that I resolved to leave the army even. It was? You see, Anelace, to me one's position in life is just a means to an end, a way in which to achieve whatever you wish to do. I think that's true for one's choice of weapon as well, wouldn't you agree? Well, what's important isn't the weapon you chose, but what you choose to do with it. What inspires you to take it up and use it to fight. The reason I chose to put my sword aside and take up a staff is those feelings had changed. That is all. So Anelace, any more thoughts? I should just use my sword in the way that best fits me to do what I want. That's what you're trying to say, right? Sure is, you beat me to it. You're Master Kafei's granddaughter, alright. Very quick to catch on to things. I'm just as quick as forgetting things too, though. But I finally get where you're coming from. Really? I'm happy to hear that. Could I ask you to pass on my answer to Master Kafei then? Consider it done. I'm sure he'll understand. I feel I've learned a lot today from having the opportunity to face off against you. I do hope I'll have the chance again one day. So do I. You'll both have to make sure you don't neglect your training then. Of course. I wouldn't dream of giving it any less than 100%. So I'm wondering, apparently it seemed like when we accidentally activated that door again, that you can repeat them. I kind of want to repeat that and beat Richard's ass, because we were so close. I mean, I doubt it would really change all that much, but I mean, the scene might be slightly different, but I just want to beat him because I don't like losing that close. So maybe that's what we'll do at the start of the next video, because we're going to end it when we finish this, but I don't know if actually equipping her would make her stronger, or if her power level is set there. I don't know. I'm guessing this was Happy's plan all along. He knew exactly what would happen if I went to ask Cassius what I did, and that's why he asked. I must have sounded a little unsure of myself in the last letter I wrote him. I see, like master, like pupil. Incidentally, while I hate to spring this on you before you even had a chance to settle back in, a lot of work builds up while you were away. There's even a request from the mayor too, so I really need you to get right on it. If anything, you should be grateful. All this work will give you a chance to refine your skills to that new mindset of yours, won't it? That's one way of looking at it, sure. So, Pappy? Well, I bet you knew all along, it looks like Cassius has no intention of taking up the way of the sword ever again. But thanks to seeing him, I ended up being given a chance to re-examine my own swordsmanship. Up until now, I thought it was all about getting stronger or faster, things like that. But now I finally realized that what's far more important than either of those things is why you take up your sword in the first place. Your feelings. I feel like I now finally understand why I was never able to defeat you, no matter how many times we fought. I might not be the best student in the world, but I'll keep giving my training all I've got. Love, Anelace. Side story swordsmanship finished. 5,000 Mira. And that's it. You don't get anything else. I wonder if we'd get something if we beat the dude, because you know you can look at these in your yeah, because see, we got the bonus for yin, like bonus. Now I don't know what decides if you get the bonus or not, because like there wasn't any combat in that, there wasn't any combat in that. I mean, that was just reading shit. And we lost to Muller, so I don't know how what specifies whether or not you get the bonus, but I'm pretty sure if we were to go back and win that, we would get something for it. So I'll try. I might just like start the next video at the fight and see if we can win it. But we'll see how that works out. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part, and bye, guys.